Hi, I'm Bryony Kennedy, and today I'm talking to you about concealers. So I know we get a lot of queries about what concealers to use, when to use them, and whether you need to use an eye cream or you can use an eye cream underneath it. So I'm going to go through a few things with you today, and hopefully that helps you make a decision on what's going to suit you and your skin type. So first of all, if you do have quite an oily eye area, or you find that mascara and things like that moves on you, then it probably means you're a little bit oilier around this area than dry. Dry skin's usually pretty obvious to see. So if you've got an oily eye area, then I don't recommend using eye cream underneath your concealer or even your eye makeup, as you're basically just putting more oil underneath your products and they will move during the day. So if you've got an oily area, try and start with a really dry area around your eyes before you apply any makeup to it. Then it's going to stay put better for you, okay? If you do have a drier area or you're a little bit more mature, then yes, you could try using an eye cream underneath, and that may help combat any of the fine lines that we have being more noticeable, which can happen if you put too much concealer on. So the eye cream that Adorn has is the Cucumber. So it's a hydration plus eye cream. So it's a beautiful anti-aging botanical eye cream. You can smell the really yummy cucumber extracts in there. It's certified allergen-free, toxin-free, and of course it's cruelty-free and vegan. It's Australian made as well. It is in a 15 ml jar. I'm thinking of the primer. It's in a 15 ml airless jar, so this will last you a super long time as it's a tiny bit that you need. It's also fantastic as a lip treatment for an evening. So every evening I just pop some on my eyes and finish it on the lips. Especially as we get a bit older, we can get the fine lines around there. So all of the ingredients are protected by it being airless. Again, you may need to just pump it a couple of times before it starts to work. But basically, I just want to show you, that's actually probably enough to do 2 people's eyes. So if you get a sample of this, and again, I always recommend samples. Adorn is one of the only companies in the world that has an ongoing sample program, not just a sachet when we're promoting a new product. This is an ongoing sample program that we're really proud of, because it helps to eliminate landfill when you've purchased the wrong thing, okay, wrong color or something that doesn't suit you. So grab a sample and you'll see just by using a sample that this eye cream is minuscule amount. So I just put a little bit on my fingers, and then I just gently, now I have got foundation on, as I was just doing some other tutorials. So ideally you would do this with your primer and your moisturizer, but I'm just going to dab a bit on now just to show you where to place it. So I would just focus on this part of the eye. I wouldn't put it on the top if you're going to put makeup on, again, unless you're really dry, because you just don't want any oiliness up here, because the ends of your mascara or your eyelashes are going to touch that and your mascara is going to come off, okay? So you want this area to be more matte, all right? So we're going to put that there. I'm going to put a bit on my lips because they're so dry, and instantly that's helped make them more nourished looking. Great. So that's the eye cream, okay? Now the concealers that we've got, there is the Peachy Sleep Concealer, and most of you have probably been introduced to our brand by this particular product. It is very, very popular. It's very unique in that it is an under eye concealer specifically. So it's actually a corrective concealer. You'll see by the color, it's slightly peachy, hence its name, and Peachy Sleep, because we all want to trick the outside world that we look like we've had some sleep. Otherwise, we can look like this. So the Peachy Sleep is fantastic for under the eyes. It's a corrective concealer, as I said, so unless you're really fair, it's not a concealer that you would use on your face, okay, because of the peachy undertone to it. Now, that being said, if you have quite olive skin, you're a darker skin, or your eye circles are quite dark and even a really bluey color, but a lot darker than mine, which can happen, this will not be for you, okay? You cannot put light colors over things that are very dark. It'll just make your eye circles look gray, okay? So in the instance of really dark under eye circles, then you need to opt for something that's a similar color to your actual skin tone, okay? So if you've got an olive skin, you want to go for more of an olive concealer for under the eyes, okay? You're never, ever, ever going to get rid of your under eye bags completely or your dark circles completely. It's impossible, okay? You just have to find the fine line between correcting it a little bit and not emphasizing our wrinkles that we have from hopefully smiling and being happy. So you can see on this side I've got a little bit on as opposed to this side, so I'm going to put some more over here for you in a moment to show you how to use that, okay, and the trick not to accentuate under eye lines. But before I do that, I'll just show you the concealers in the rest of the range. Now these are concealers that you can use under the eye, on the eyelid if you've got exceptionally veiny eyelids and you want to have a really nice blank canvas to work with your eyeshadows. And you can also pop them around the nose, wherever you want. So the light concealer is this particular color here. I might just pop a bit more on. So that's the light. So I could also use that under my eyes, okay? So if you're fair light, light to medium, possibly medium olive in our foundations, you may find that that's a really good one for under the eyes if the Peachy Sleep is too light, okay? For those of you that want to use it on the face, then that would be the one for you. And they come in these cute little handy flip top containers, so extremely pigmented, so will last you a long time. Don't use too much of that. Then we've got the medium tan, and you can see, sorry, how much I'm putting to give you I mean that's just way too much, like it's so pigmented. So that's the medium tan, okay? So medium tan, dark tan skins would be using that one most likely. And the medium olive is that one there, okay? So the medium olive is usually really suitable for those people that have got the very, very dark under eye circles. That would be the one that I would suggest, okay? So I'm going to just put the Peachy Sleep concealer on, as it's my favorite, and I'm going to put this amount on, okay? I'm using my 2 ring fingers and I'm starting in the corners of my eyes, and I'm just following the dark circles which sits on top of your cheekbones, okay? So I'm going to blend that as best I can on that dark area, and you can see like gone, okay? Love it. It's a really good product. And then right in the corner of your tear ducts, because we tend to be quite red in there. Now I'm going to grab a clean finger and I'm going to blend the edges down onto my cheekbones. Never just stop on the dark circle, because it would just be so obvious. It'll be two-tone. And yes, I've applied this over my foundation, okay? The same with concealer on your face, over the foundation. If you put it on first and then foundation over the top, you're just wiping it off. So you're wasting time, you're wasting product. Foundation gets rid of most of your blemishes that you don't like anyway. So you'll find that if you do that first, then you're only really doing little spot treatments with the concealer. Okay, so I've blended that down onto my cheekbone, and then again with the clean finger, I'm just gonna very gently blend it up to the lash line. So the secret here is not to apply product right up here, because where are you going to blend it? You can't, you're blending it down, but you're going to get too much of it stuck in these lines, and that's what's going to grab during the day and make your wrinkles look worse. So you want to apply it only to the dark circle and then blend down and blend up with a clean finger. So hopefully that gives you some tips for the eyes. I do like to put a little bit around my nose as well, because I've got quite a deep sort of nose around here. I also do put some on the corners of my nose as well, because you can see the sides there. So that's something you can do. Again, don't use a concealer that's too light if you've got holes around your nose or large pores, as light concealers draw attention to large pores. Make sure you choose one that's a little bit darker.